A very good evening to you and welcome to the news on Niger Delta Television. I am Joyce Batowe. The highlights. Governor Doye Diri charges newly sworn-in commissioners to work towards delivering dividends of democracy to the people. Plus, state government faults NCDC's inclusion of Bayelsa in the list of states affected by cholera epidemic. Governor Doye Diri has charged the newly sworn-in commissioner in charge of the Ministry of Agriculture to do what is necessary to boost the sector with regards to the fertile nature of the Bayelsa soil, to the extent that the state could become an exporter of rice and other crops. Governor Diri made the declaration during the swearing-in ceremony of the second batch of commissioners in the second term of the Prosperity Administration. Government House correspondent George Ameli was there and now completes the reports.
Governor Doye Diri on Friday swore in 15 additional commissioners to complement the Bayelsa State Executive Council. It is the second set of commissioners to be sworn in since the second term of the Prosperity Administration.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria protects and defends the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a state.
Given his charge, Governor Diri admonished especially the Commissioner for Agriculture to put Bayelsa in the fast lane of food security.
We must enhance food production through mass agriculture and develop new initiatives for cultivating crops which we have a comparative advantage upon. And as we know, all of us from Bayelsa State, our soil is so fertile that we hardly can even look out for fertilizers. And very rare do we look out for fertilizers. And comparatively, there are crops that do well in Bayelsa State. To mention but a few, crops like cassava, plantain, rice, and etc. Bayelsa will no longer be importing rice. Bayelsa want to export rice. Bayelsa should be food surplus and we should export food to other parts of this country and possibly outside this country. And that will be the task of those that will be assigned with the portfolio of agriculture.
Some adjustments were made in the ceremony, like the deployment of Honorable Ebiowal Kokobiai from the Ministry of Labor, Employment and Productivity to the Ministry of Information, Orientation and Strategy, and the movement of Honorable Ayibakiri Priye from the Special Duty Bayelsa East to the Ministry of Transport. The commissioners have their agendas set out.
I want to assure Bayelsans, and I want to assure even the workers, especially, that we'll try our best to improve on what was there before. You will see an improvement by God's grace. Our greatest goal is that information will get to the people, and Bayelsans will be better informed on all the things they are expected to know.
These new cabinet members bring the Bayelsa State Executive Council to 29. From the Executive Council chambers in Government House, Yenagwa, George Ameli reporting for NDTV News.
Governor Doye Diri has said that his participation in the recent Afrexim Bank's annual meeting in Nassau, the Bahamas, was part of efforts to attract investors to the state. The four-day event had in attendance national and sub-national governments from across Africa and the Caribbean, political leaders and institutions from both regions, as well as corporate organizations. The governor stated this on Wednesday during the 129th State Executive Council meeting in Government House, Yenagwa. He said he held fruitful meetings at the four-day event and that he has directed his team to follow up on them, noting that his travels out of the country were in the state's interest. Governor Diri expressed appreciation to his deputy, Senator Lawrence Iru-Japo, and other members of the Executive Council for the smooth running of affairs of the state for the 1 week he was away. Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, has said the state will institute legal action against the killers of the People's Democratic Party agents at the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Collation Center in Brass Local Government Area on November 12, 2023. The 31-year-old George Sibo was killed when the All Progressives Congress APC candidates in the November 11 governorship poll, Chief Timothy Silva led his party members and supporters to invade the Collation Center and held INEC officials hostage. At the burial of the deceased in Tuon Brass on Thursday, Governor Diri directed the State Attorney General to commence legal action against Chief Silva, a former governor of the state, and those who stormed the Collation Center. The Bayelsa governor expressed sadness over the dastardly killing of the young man and promised that the state government will bring the culprits to book. He stated that as chief security officer of the state, he declined using his powers in the face of provocation against the main opposition party candidate in the election, who prevented the PDP from campaigning in his community, Nembe Basambri. Jury emphasized that as governor, he deliberately did not challenge the excesses of the APC candidate, as it would have resulted in the loss of innocent lives, describing the deceased as a hero. The governor also directed the immediate employment of the deceased two wives in the state civil service to enable them to take care of their children. An uncle of the deceased, Chief B.B. Williams, equally expressed gratitude to the governor for honoring and respecting the sacrifice of their son for the PDP by coming to pay his last respect to Sibo. Earlier, Governor Diri paid a courtesy visit to the Amayanaba of Tuon Brass, King Alfred Dieter Spieth, and the Council of Chiefs at his palace. The Bayelsa state government, through its Ministry of Health, has faulted the inclusion of Bayelsa state on the list of states affected by cholera epidemic outbreak, as recently published by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, in its disease surveillance report. The permanent secretary of the ministry, Dr. Tony Azebi, refuted the report at a joint press briefing shortly after a meeting of the Bayelsa Task Force on Immunization and Health Services, presided over by its chairman and deputy governor of the state, Senator Lawrence Ewurujakpo, in Government House, Yenegua, on Thursday. It will be recalled that the Nigerian Center for Disease Control had in its recent epidemiological week 22-24 report placed Bayelsa as amongst the states with the highest burden of cholera cases. Dr. Azebiwu pointed out that there was no confirmed outbreak of cholera in Bayelsa in recent times, noted that the NCDC pronouncement of cholera outbreak in the state was a total misrepresentation and should be discountenanced as such. She emphasized that all suspected 449 cases of cholera in the state from January to date are turned out negative from clinical laboratory tests, as they were proven to be cases of gastrointestinal diarrhea. According to the permanent secretary, the ministry had reached out to the NCDC on the issue, and they had reviewed the state data again and found out that their initial report was incorrect and agreed to issue a rebuttal, which they had not done as at the time of the press briefing. And now from the world of entertainment, Nigeria's music artist Idris Abdulkarim has released the song titled Emilokan. For details of this report and others on entertainment news, let's join Ufoma Soje.
Nigerian musical artist Idris Abdulkarim has dropped a satirical song this month titled Emi Lokan. The song title, which translated to mean "It's My Turn," a popular term known during the past presidential election, borders on sensitive subjects such as kidnapping, corruption, and hardship. He also mentioned notable characters in the song, including the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG Pastor Enoch Adeboye, and immediate past Governor of Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele. Reactions have continued to come in as more Nigerians give their opinions on the song. Also on entertainment news, veteran actor Anayo Modestus Onyekwere, popularly known as Kanayo or Kanayo, has called out child actress Angel Unigwe over breach of contract. According to veteran actor Angel Unigwe, who was introduced to the movie industry in 2015 by her mother through the movie Alison Stand, a Nigerian television series, had breached a filming contract with his production firm. He reported via a video on his Instagram page that the mother would sign a contract and after agreement and payment would go ahead to breach the contract. After explaining the incident, which led to the release of the video, he asked other producers to boycott the actress and threatened to disrupt any production involving her as he was fighting to uphold professionalism in the industry. I am Ufuma Soji, reporting for NDTV Entertainment News.
And now to end NDTV News, a look at some of our top stories. Governor Doye Diri has charged the newly sworn-in commissioner in charge of the Ministry of Agriculture to do what is necessary to boost the sector with regards to the fertile nature of the Bayelsa soil, to the extent that the state could become the exporter of rice and other crops. We also brought you a report that the Bayelsa state government, through its Ministry of Health, has faulted the inclusion of Bayelsa on the list of states affected by cholera epidemic outbreak, as recently published by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) in its disease surveillance report. That's it on NDTV News tonight. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Joyce Batowe. Good night.